Hello and welcome to Expedition Dogman. My name's Jamie and I'll be your host this afternoon. Thank you and Happy New Year to every one of you. Please do like, comment, subscribe and share this video out to your friends. The first thing I wanted to talk about tonight is something that happened that we talked about during Wells Are Not What You Think. In Wells Are Not What You Think, I told you my personal experience of my own dogman encounter. So I thought today we'd bring you to this location where it all happened. And this is where it all happened, down Norland Avenue. And I think I'm more or less stood in the right places to where this would have happened. Now, going back to the year 2009, I was staying at my grandparents' house, which just over there. And what I saw in the middle of the night was something walking past the window. That window there, in fact. And it looked to me like a black shadow with a head of a wolf and claws curling inwards like this. That's the best way I can describe it. And it was going just like that down the road. And it was beaming. The shadow of it you could see walking across that window there. But was it a dogman? I think it was, because for one, it still survives to this day in my memory. And they do say when you have a dogman experience, you never forget it. And it was literally walking past the window and it was going this way, left to right. I wish I was brave enough that night to come out and capture it on camera, but alas, I wasn't. And as you can see up here, there is the street lamp in question. And you can tell, easy enough to beam straight across the road. And to me, that is my experience of a dogman. But the question is, where did it come from? Where was it coming from? Up there, you have Anlaby Road. Over this way, you have something that we know as a green belt. Now, a green belt in England, it's common land. You can't build on it. And we'll take you to that location now. So please bear with. Hello once again. We are now on location as to where I think it was coming from. As we're walking up this hill, you can start to see tree lines. Now, dogmen, you don't just see them in the countryside. They can be found in towns, cities, villages, anywhere. People generally think that they're just found in the woods. Well, that's not the case. As today, we've brought you to a location as to where I think it was coming from. But I don't think it lives around here. And if it does, where's it getting its water from? Because as we know, dogmen need three things in order to survive, just like any wild animal actually does. One, it needs a water source. Two, needs a good food source. Three, it needs somewhere where it can make shelter. Now, 1 minute while we go down, not that way. We'll go down this way. But I do think it was actually walking from one location to another. If I just take you up to the top of this hill, I'll be able to give you a better demonstration of where I do believe it was actually trying to go to. 1 second. Up. If you look over there, just in the distance, let me zoom in and get my angles right on this. There. Over there, you have the Humber Bridge, which literally goes across the River Humber. Perfect water source. And just below, let me zoom the camera properly, just below there, just below that first tower, you have something known as Little Switzerland. Little Switzerland is an old quarry. And what I think was going on in the old quarry is that there is dogmen that potentially do hide in there. Yes, it's not a brilliant food source place, but it's got water source and it's got shelter. But the thing is with this area, deer run through here. Very rarely. But then you've got domesticated animals. Pets like rabbits, dogs, cats, etc. Foxes, again, are known to roam these parts, especially during the night time. As we can see, there is birds. Plenty of trees. All perfect for a dogman to come and get a late night snack. And what I think this particular dogman was actually doing was it was literally just passing through. I remember when I talked to Vic Cundy from Dogman Encounters about this, he mentioned that, yeah, it could be possibly passing through. Because he asked me where the nearest wooded area was. Well, here's the nearest wooded area we have. He also asked me where the nearest water source is. The River Humber. Perfect. And to be honest, what do I think the Dogman was that it was? Could it have been the Beast of Barnston Drain? Or one of his clans? Well, personally, yes, it could have been. It could well be one of the pack of the Beast of Barnston Drain. Because again, as I've mentioned before with the Beast of Barnston Drain, I don't just think it's one Dogman. I think it's numerous. I think there's a good 2 or 3 of them, and I'm not the only one who thinks this. Because if we look at the evidence of the same creature being spotted time and time again in such long distances, there is no way that one Dogman can travel around that much. I think there's a pack of them, and I think one of them strayed out towards the River Humber that night in July. Oh look, nice little squirrel. Again, tasty little snack. There it goes. I think we can see it if we're quiet. But again, a Dogman can easily move these trees. There it goes. Night night, Mr. Squirrel. A Dogman could easily move these trees, create a den, which is what I personally think they do. So, what do you think? Do you think in the middle of a city, is it so not absurd to think that a potential Dogman could be roaming? Could we run into him again one day? Who knows? But before I go, I'm going to show you something I found the other day. I was walking down World Road, and I'll cut to that picture now. When we look at this image, it's an interesting one to say the least. This image was shot by myself on the walk between World Road and Priory Road. Between there, you have like a bridle pathway that cuts across the countryside. I was on the way to see some horses, and as I was walking down, I looked down and I caught this image. Is it a Dogman? Potentially it could be. To me, it's a bit strange the way you can clearly make out the claws. And if you look at where the indent press is, it shows like a wolfy canine type bioprint. Could it be a Dogman? Potentially, yes. I just thought this one would be interesting, especially with talking about the Beast of Barnston Drain again. Is this another indication that this creature is passing by? I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below as to where you think or what you think this footprint is of. But please be civil, no swearing, and thank you for tuning in to this short episode of Expedition Dogman. There's my experience. There's the area in which I saw it. But the question is, what do you think? Do you truly believe that dogmen can travel around through cities, or are they just made up? Are they mythical creatures that should just be in the folklore and the nightmares of people? I don't believe they are. I believe they are true 100% creatures. And I'd love to hear your encounters, because this year I want to do a series of eyewitness reports proving once and for all that dogmen truly do exist. Please do email expeditiondogman@gmail.com if you do have a story to share. And until next time, my fairy friends, be aware of the howl.